Joel, welcome to Business Today.
Thank you so much, sir.
Indeed, let's just start for viewers that are hearing about AISOD for the first time. Could you tell us what was the gap that you saw, or maybe what was the problem that you were trying to solve when you founded this company?
Okay, actually, AISOD looked at the consumption of technology and the construction or the development of the technology itself. So these two gaps are the ones that propelled us to build, or let me say, to come up with AISOD, because most people, or let me say, most companies, let me say Namibia as a whole, we consume more than we produce. We consume more than we build. And there are quite, like, let me say, a lot of reasons as to why we do that. But despite the reasons, we need to bring a solution to the problems.
Right. Okay. So AI is pretty much a new frontier. So was there any concern that the field may be too new, or how did you settle that Namibia was ready or needed to have a homegrown AI organization? And now?
Yeah. What we need to pay attention is the fact that there's no company, or there's no country, or there's no community that is ready for innovations, but all communities are ready for solutions. So that's the drive, you know.
Okay.
we were ready with the solution because we knew. And since we knew, we wanted to bring the solutions to the others. Wanted to democratize the technology to everyone, but we saw that the market was not yet pruned for that. That's why we started with teaching, with the training aspect of the company, which is the AISOD Institute.
All right.
So we started with training because we knew that by training, we will conscientialize the community, we will conscientialize the Namibians and everyone, and by them knowing their problem, they will also know the solution.
All right. You mentioned the building of the usage of, maybe just talk to us about how you got involved in the field. Maybe just give us a bit of background into how AI attracted you.
Yes, so firstly, I was at school. I was at a Brazilian university, but at the same time, I was also attending different programs. And one of the programs that I was attending is a program by our mentor, actually my mentor, Dr. Chris Oyakilome. He is the one that actually spiked this into me. Because at school, we were still learning the transformers, you know, that old artificial intelligence, which you connect with automations and not AI automations. By then, it was just automations and then software automations. And then we're also learning PHP programming oriented to objects and all these things. So he was telling us about what are the kinds of businesses that will give or make a lot of money in the future, right? So he gave us a lot of lists, and one of them was artificial intelligence. So that gave me, because I was writing, what are the things, and then I wrote AI, I wrote the others.
So you remember immediately when this seed sparked?
Yes, when it sparked, when AI was now kind of famous, but not yet in Namibia by the time. It was, because I travel a lot, at the time I was in Nigeria when GPT came. And then in South Africa, it was operating in these big countries alone. And then that's when it came to Namibia. But before it came to Namibia, I already recreated, I cloned, because I'm also a software developer. So I cloned ChatGPT with its own API. Actually, my idea at the time was to sell it to the countries that were not having access. But it was too late.
And then things
by the time
moving.
I got here, I got to decide to sell it. People were already having the access to it. So that's how we started, and then we decided to know, okay, let's first teach people, because many were afraid of artificial intelligence. They'll be like, okay, because people were saying that this thing is dangerous. Others would speak about its how powerful it is, the capabilities of artificial intelligence. But not many were speaking about the ethical use of it, using it responsibly, all these good things that come with artificial intelligence. So that fear is what made many to hold back, to really not go for it. So the only thing that could take it away was training, teaching, and
All right.
specializing.
That brings me back to AISOD. That's pretty much allows us to understand where you're coming from. But back to AISOD, maybe just talk to us about the different aspects to the company. You've mentioned the school that's there. Maybe just tell us what AISOD does in general.
Yes, so let's say AISOD it's an AI development company, development and training.
Okay.
But take it as development. So an AI development company involves research. It involves really learning a lot about AI because AI is a field that's constantly changing, constantly upgrading, constantly, let me say, moving.
Right.
So we develop artificial intelligence solutions, systems, and it also narrows down to automations, agents, applications, websites, but all the things that we do are AI powered.
All right.
You see, because we take AI as an augmented force, not
to allow it on its own.
Yeah,
you sort of guide it.
We never allow AI on its own because AI is so powerful. It's like garbage in, garbage out.
Right.
So if you put something good, it will bring you the best
Depends
output.
on the quality of product that you brought in.
Yeah. So we build models. We build AI models. We build different solutions. We can build a solution for a conservancy. We can also build solutions for, let me say, investment companies.
Maybe do elaborate on some of the applications and some of those that you've done.
Yes. Let's say the solutions that we built for PMD Investments, it's a logistic company. Mm-hmm. So in that company, they have the logistics, they have the communications, they have the inventories, they have all these things.
Right.
Now we had to build systems, internal systems that they can use to communicate, to create letters, automated letters to send to clients if something is delaying. Let's say a product is delaying to get to the client and it was their fault, so to say. So they should communicate that to the client. So it can automatically create all that and justify. And as well, the system on itself is an inventory system that tells them how much were the costs for the whole process of the logistic process, because logistics is quite
So I'm sure just in the processing, you're saving a lot of time to that organization.
You save a lot of time, and at the same time, everything is automated and saved because you can use it for future. Let me say, you had a problem with one client today, that problem will never repeat itself because the AI system will be able to control and tell you, okay, we had this problem before.
So this is the AI learning.
Yeah. So it is learning from the mistakes and it's telling you what not to do and what exactly you can do. Right. So we built a lot of solutions, including most of our applications. Let me say 80% of the codes are generated with AI. We probably just do 20% of it. Sure. So
you basically prompt it in the correct way, like you say, put the quality ingredients in.
Yeah.
You positioned AISOD as in between the intersection of AI innovation and development. And then you mentioned, there's a lot of thinking on the go happening with this company, but then how do you generate revenue? From a business perspective, we'd like to know then, how does AISOD generate revenue at present?
Yeah, okay. At present, we actually focus more on bringing people from traditional ways to, let me say, the AI way or AI-powered way.
Into this new world.
So it's we are not bringing something new because one of, let me say, the PMD boss, right, or the manager was actually laughing at me because he made, I think it was 137 yesterday, and then today, it's like yesterday he made it and then today he's now calling me. Okay. Right. I was like, why don't you just work with me? Because he's making a lot of money. And he's saying, okay, if you work with me, you will make more money than just focusing on artificial intelligence. Right. Because he thinks that artificial intelligence is more useful in the current, businesses that already exist. Right, so this is where we started actually. We started by helping the businesses that already exist. For example, creating websites. Right. You can generate websites with artificial intelligence, creating applications. You can build, let me say, apps with artificial intelligence.
Right.
I know you
So
cannot
if you
build
wanted
it
to, you could
completely.
have parked it there.
Yeah.
Right.
You cannot build it completely, but at least 80% of the codes will be generated with AI. You just generate the 20%, and then
Right.
the creativity and all the design thinking, that's what will come from you. But the rest, mostly AI will help you do that and do it very faster than than you could do it before.
Right,
So we now started moving to agents. We started putting agents inside inside websites. Like if you go to the AISOD Institute website today, you'll be able to talk to the agent. You'll be able to ask anything. It will be able to answer you without the agency of anyone. Like no one will be there. It's just the AI and you. And it won't speak something that AISOD does not do. It will only tell you what AISOD actually can do.
So focused in
So
that sense.
we started applying agents. So it's like gradually we started drifting them from the traditional way to the AI way.
Okay.
And it made their job, let me say, their work more efficient, let me say, faster and easier.
Okay.
So we built models, and the models that we build is actually localized.
Okay.
They have, or they talk our local languages. They speak Oshuambo, you understand?
Right, right.
Like right now, that's the
They will know what a bucky is.
Yes, we focus on that one, but we are increasing other languages because our aim in 2026 is to actually finish all the languages in Namibia. So what we did is to train it with the data set of the languages that we have. Because right now you can even go to Namkula. Namkula is online right now. You can go to namkula.online and you'll be able to play an AI game in Oshuambo. It's Oshuambo. It will talk Oshuambo. It will give you even the translations in like Oshuambo to English. Let's say you're a tourist. You want to learn Oshuambo. You can just learn it. Like this is live.
So
we are not talking about a
futuristic
thing. And most of the people that are talking about AI in Namibia, they're actually talking about things that they are not doing. Like it's not done. They're just talking. But we decided to make something that would have taken you 5 years. We decided to make it done. Let's say to do it in 5 months. You understand?
Right, right.
And then iterate it, like start making it or upgrading it every once and then. Because technology, one thing about technology is you will never create it at once. You understand?
Explain that.
You will never create it at once. You have to build it, and you have to keep building.
So it's always, it's an ongoing thing.
Yes.
Okay.
Try to quantize it. Try to, apply rags on it, so you will be building always. So we build models. So imagine your company has data and you do not want that data to move out from Namibia. You don't want it to go outside because here we are talking about data sovereignty. So you want it to stay locally.
Right.
So, but you also want to use the benefits of artificial intelligence, the benefits of generative AI. We can build an AI model just tailored for your company and train it with your data, and it can even be offline without having to be online. So those are the things that we do. We apart from the models, which is the most, let me say, prominent ones today, we also build different AI systems, or let me say AI-powered systems that actually can, let me say, solve specific problems. For example, it will be speech recognition. You understand? One of the ways that we are also bringing it locally to Africa is by training it with not just our languages, but the way we speak. It's like if you get an Oshuambo word and you put it on ChatGPT and you ask it to spell it, it will speak it the American way. So we have to now bring it down to the African way. For that, we are bringing different data sets from Africa, which is Oshuambo speakers, native Oshuambo speakers. We are working with community leaders. We are working with teachers and university lecturers. So it's not something that AISOD is building on its own. AISOD is actually an ecosystem. It's bigger than a company because we are building with the community. We are building with Namibians.
So your footprint is basically everywhere.
Everywhere, yes. We are even in schools. We are building with young people. There are young people. When we even started, 17 years old kids were building websites that fast. That's when the teachers even opened their eyes. They were like, oh, if this 17 years old is building, I think
it can't be all bad.
I can do something better.
Who are your primary clients? Is it government, corporates, SMEs, individuals? Who are the main ones?
I cannot say like these ones are the main ones because we are actually open to all of them, and we work with all of them. And yeah, we work with all of them. But let's say there are many companies that actually supported us in the beginning. Let's mention Fumu Investments, for example. Right. It's a big company that does really great work, and they really invest in many ventures in different sectors in Namibia, including export, import, and many. So those are the companies that saw us and they supported us, and they are really some of our biggest clients. And one thing that I really appreciate in Namibia is Pay Today. The NetBank Pay Today. Okay. It's really helping a lot because through it, the NetBank Pay Today is, and I've been using it ever since, you know, when it was still not really very good. But I love the fact that it's, you know, the solution that it gives us to make us receive money from outside the country without having to really create a Stripe account or a PayPal account, you understand? Right. So we integrated Pay Today in all our systems. Today, we work with Pay Today. And we have many other companies, you know the Portuguese group called Premium Gaming. Okay. Premium Gaming is a Portuguese group that works in Angola, Portugal, and Brazil as well. So they are also one of the biggest companies that work with us. Okay. We work with a Double Link. We work with, we're saying so there are different companies. Yes. In the beginning, we also trained some institutions, including the NQA. They were also part of the teams that we trained. That was before all this, before NAST came with this AI course, right? Right. We gave training to many institutions and many individuals, even those ones from municipality, the ones from the city of Windhoek, right? Right. And like I can mention a lot of them. There are really a lot to mention right now. You mentioned the outside companies now, and I was just about to ask, will your focus remain domestic, or are you looking to expand beyond Namibia and even regionally or globally? That's to show Namibians that Namibia is actually a power. It's a powerhouse because Namibia is one of the most organized countries in Africa. There we go. So if you have something in Namibia, you have to be proud. You have to really raise up your shoulders because chin up and chest up because you are in the right place. And people actually trust Namibia. So these companies are not, let me say, they are not Namibian. Not all the companies that we have are Namibians. Like Fumu Investment is a Namibian company. Premium Gaming is not a Namibian company. It works, they work with Europe, they work with Angola, they work with Brazil. So it's not a Namibian company, but they trust us. Why? Because, first of all, costs. We are cheaper compared to other European companies. Okay. Second is organization and skills. We have skills, and we are organized. In Namibia, you hardly hear that electricity is off, unless you don't have money to pay municipality. You understand? But in other African countries, they don't have that privilege where electricity is 24/7. You see? So that makes our work efficient because whenever the client needs us, we are always ready to give the solution. You understand what I'm trying to say? Yeah. So a lot of what we're taking for granted is what's selling us out there. Yeah. The downtime is very low in Namibia. All right. If you travel to other countries, downtime can be very high. You understand? So Namibia is a place where investment is possible. So people can really invest here. That's why you can see that people like Elon Musk and stuff, they want to get in here. Why? Why is he not going to another country? Why is he coming here? Because he understands that stability is very important. So the first thing you look out for when you are building anything is stability. And Namibia is that stable. And we have enough data. We are like a good sample for Africa. So I believe, and I think that everything that we are building in Namibia can actually and will actually be the first in Africa. And that's what we are doing. So on that question of stability, let's talk about AISOD again. Are you currently self-funded or are you in the market for partnerships and investment? We are always open for investments and partnership, yes. Although we started, as you said, self-funded. So we started like that, we grew and we are growing, but we are still available for investments. And we also built platforms where you can actually invest not just on us, but you can also invest on other young guys that are coming up with different innovations. Like we ourselves, we also bought different companies. AISOD is not one company now. In the beginning, we were one, but now we bought a couple of companies that are working under us. But apart from them,
were these startups that you've taken on, or maybe elaborate a little bit on those?
Yeah. So what happens is, let me say you are part of our institution and you built an innovative idea, and we think that idea, right, should really be on the market.
Nice.
And it really has, let me say, it has a big potential. We just buy you. So that's what we do. Or we partner with you, or we invest in you, because some of the people that also work with us are people that we have seen their potential through the institution. As they were learning, they were fast in learning, and they were building real works. And that's the reason why we really believe in the institute, because the more people we train, the more potential we discover that are within us. Education
with a practical end to it.
Yeah.
Maybe we've gone through your journey, and it's been quite an exciting ride. But maybe tell us about the hardest part of building your AI-focused company.
Yeah, the hardest part, let me say, the hardest of all is the fact that, to reculture a community is quite a work that you need to be passionate. You need to have passion, like you need to really be passionate, because you need to train and need to wait for them to learn, and people don't learn in the same speed. And then apart from that, AI is new, and not everyone is really having good intentions with it, and everyone is building systems, everyone is building solutions. Some of them are building it to steal, and
the potential is there.
Yes, so the potential is there for the wrong thing and the good thing. So people tend to be confused in that whole ecosystem. So
you're going through a whole existential period as well. When you're sitting there.
And plus, AI is new. So the fact that it's new, people tend to just trust all the companies. So that brings the whole, let me say, the whole dilemma. It becomes a problem. Because I'll give you an instance that we had with Namco. We had a very good system, but they could not get us, they could not work with us, you see. So what I'm trying to say is there are systems in place that can stop you from getting to a certain point, not because you're not capable of doing it, but it's because you're just new. You are, so the trust is not yet there. So I think with time, most of the things will be gone. Most of the, let me say, bad thoughts.
So as people see how it's used correctly, they'll adapt the way that they use it.
Yes,
as well.
that's the reason why we even changed our way of doing things. We said this time around we should just focus on more practical AI solutions and development than just speaking about it. Let's just do more, because if you see AI solving a real problem, like a real problem that you're facing, all that fear will dissipate.
Right.
So that's the focus.
All right. Maybe just in conclusion, and you've sort of touched on it, but maybe just speak to us about some of the, what are the misconceptions about AI that you find yourself most often having to correct when speaking to clients or policymakers or whoever in the business?
Yeah. So the first aspect that most of them have, right, is data sovereignty, security, ethical, AI. All these things are things that they have seen, and it's not that they are wrong about it. No, they're not wrong about it. It's what's happening.
It's like the main headlines when people are talking about it.
When you go online, you see people hacking others with artificial intelligence. You see people, deep fake.
Yes, with the photos of the
all these things. So it makes people think that AI is like a scam, but it's not a scam because they didn't see the use cases of it as well. So they saw the headlines of, they got scammed with artificial intelligence. And then some of them, they go and see the things or the headlines that we see about companies like OpenAI, DeepSeek, that are retrieving data from companies and, taking it out there. So people think that you cannot protect your data anymore. So not people, we are talking about big companies, they think like that because of what has been happening over time. So the correct way to approach these things is to actually build solutions locally. And these are one of the things that we actually do, is to build solutions locally.
All right.
Tailored and trained with your data, for your company,
All right.
in the way you want it to be. So if you want it to be offline, it will be offline.
Okay.
If you want it to be online, it will be online, but always protected, because you know that you can build an open source project without touching your data set. Your data training doesn't need to be exposed. You can expose your codes on GitHub or wherever, but you don't.
We're getting into technical aspects now. But Joel, I think we've run out of time for tonight, but great conversation tonight, and thank you for joining us on Business Today here.
All right, thank you so much.
All right.